Hey Pisces, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shay, and here on the Sunshyne channel we like to do tarot videos and soul care videos to help us navigate this thing we call life and shine a little light. Today's video is going to be your monthly tarot scope for June 2020, so I'm going to go ahead and hop right in. There is some type of negative energy that I feel was covering you. I feel like it's still there, but I almost feel like it's because you're holding on to it, especially when I see the devil. Black magic or evil witchcraft, terrible energetic and or spiritual pressure, ignorance, bad thoughts, jealousy, destroying envy, wickedness on all levels. What sticks out to me is the terrible energetic and or spiritual pressure, and I feel like there is just some type of energy shift that you are kind of stuck in at the beginning of June. But I really do feel like it's the beginning. I feel like it's something you're coming out of, or it's looming in the background. I feel like you're really being encouraged to kind of get back on your SHIT, like whatever that is, whatever that means for you, whatever you have started doing and stopped doing, whatever piece of yourself that you've kind of left behind. It's time to go back to that right path. It's time to go back to what it is that makes sense for your growth. I feel like you're supposed to be walking into your own bravery, walking into your own person, walking into your own truth, getting connected with your spirituality when we have issue here. Now, this could be due to something. Of course, no, most of it's always material or on a physical plane. So I'm sure it could be a person, it could be a thing, but I feel like it's less about them and more about you, and more about you being willing and able to pull yourself out of the situation. Like, do not lose hope if your energy seems to disappear. Go back to the path that was lost. Find strength in your relatives. Listen to their advice and pay attention to their suggestions. Do not allow any ashes to remain after all your hard work. Recover lost love, reinforce your defenses, and enliven your optimism. Don't take any steps backwards. I feel like for some of you, you may have started to do something or started out on a certain path, and recently you've taken a step back, and that may be attributing to this negative energy. And it may be time to just get back to it and get back optimistic about it, get back hopeful about what it is that you're trying to do. Like, how can you get back? How can you be optimistic and brave and powerful, but also be rational and realistic? How can you kind of create the balance between what you dream about, Pisces, and what you kind of create with your intuitive dreamy self versus what's reality? How can you bring the things that you want into your reality? Because right now there's some sun here and there's some balance here. And we're going to talk more about this here Ace of Water, but there's some beauty coming your way, some creativity, some passion. Maybe you guys are particularly attracted to water. I mean, obviously this is a fish and you're a fish, but I mean, maybe you guys are particularly attracted to water right now. Maybe you need a vacation. Maybe you need some type of time to allow yourself, your emotions to reign free and to create that balance for yourself. But there's some sun here. There's some fortune coming your way, some beauty. Maybe you need to just kind of let go and let loose and be childlike. I see that in your clarifying with the Ace of Discs. Here comes the sun, do-do-do-do. Here comes the sun, I say, it's alright. Boom, 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 boom. Who knows that song? That's my song. Shout out to the Parent Trap. Okay, yep. Newborn, gift, a new beginning, project. Yes, and in the Rider-Waite Tarot, you'll see the sun card as like a little baby riding on, like, I think it's a horse, and there's like the big sun in the background. So that's normally what the sun represents, and then when you see the Ace of Discs, it's very similar. It's time for that new idea to come forth. New project, new beginnings, some positivity coming your way. What are you holding back on, Pisces? What do you need to express? Because we want to see it, okay? The Ace of Water upright is basically a card talking about kind of bringing the old you and the new you together. Your childhood experiences, figuring out who you were then, and the things that you want to take away from there, or the things you want to leave behind, and then how you're bringing it and meshing it perfectly with the present. And again, this talks about a new stage in your life. And same with this card, the Four of Cups. It talks about new beginnings, a new stage. Cleansing the self of old emotions. In reversed, new relationships with new values. Maybe you are cleansing yourself of old emotions. Maybe you are looking for a new start. Maybe you are trying to create better relationships for yourself. You know what I mean? And I even see that, I hate to tell you ahead of time, but we got to detox your friendships here too. Someone you need to let go. Someone you need to stop talking to. Somebody you need to stop hanging with. Sometimes somebody you need to stop giving your energy, But that's moving forward. Maybe someone doesn't fit into the picture of what you know that it is that you want for yourself and want for your life. Here with this sun, it's time for a new start. So let's go ahead to your advice cards. It's time for you to spend some alone time healing yourself. You have to do it by yourself. There's really no way that you can bring other people in it. We're going to go ahead and move on to your advice cards, okay? So we already talked about detoxing your friendships, letting someone go, letting something go, letting someone who's not supportive go, letting someone who does not benefit you go. You holding on to a concept so tightly, you know what I mean, that you're not even allowing room for something new to come in, okay? And then we have moonlighting. This is a card that talks about working on your creative projects or your passion projects or your spiritual projects, whatever it is, after you get off of your 9 and 5, like really burning the midnight oil. And I feel as though when I saw it, I instantly felt the need to say like working around the clock intuitively. So meaning spending a lot of extra time healing and then spending a lot of extra time creating your thing. Whatever that is, I'm not even going to give you no ideas. You know what that thing is because it came to your mind when I said it. Spending that extra time on it to kind of help you work through that block, okay? And then we have words of affirmation. Speak to yourself positively. You are not a damsel in distress, Pisces. You're amazing. You're awesome. You're beautiful. You're smart. You're intuitive. You're creative. You're dreamy. You're all of these mystical things. You're a nurturer. You're a healer. Speak those things over yourself because you are. That'll help you to manifest. Donations, tithing, and charitable work may seem counterintuitive, but if you give, you will receive. So maybe it's time for you to do something nice for someone else. Maybe it's time to not get so caught up in what's going wrong and try to come up with what's going right. See where you are blessed and stop seeing where you aren't. And you know what I mean? Give back to other people. Maybe you'll be receiving something. I just heard a little bit of a relief. Release resentments about money. I feel like you may be overthinking about money, but I also feel the need like I don't even think the money part applies, and it could for some of you. Remember, this is a general reading, but I feel like for some of you, you also may be holding on to resentments in general. Like there's something that you're just really irritated with, and you're constantly just spending all day on it. you are just chipping away at this problem, and it's like, let it go, release it. Holding on to resentments blocks abundance, period, across the board. So if you're holding on to something, you're probably blocking something else. You got to let it go to usher in what it is that you want. Same with that balance that we talked about. And then also employment change. Some of you may be getting a new job. Some of you may be considering a new job or a new project. I really sense that it's really just considering a new project or a new job, like considering something that will actually more so fulfill you, especially when I see moonlighting. So I feel like this is something that is completely separate from like everyday making money. Like this is something that you actually want to do or should do. Okay? But that's all I'm seeing for you, Pisces. It's going to be a pretty good month. As long as if you open up and let go, you're going to have a great month, okay? Thank you so much for watching. If you resonated with anything I said, please go ahead and like, share, comment, subscribe below. I love you, and I hope you're having an amazing day. Bye.